Today was, I don't want to use the word boring because I feel like that's a little harsh, but it was blah. Hey guys, so it is now 1:39 in the afternoon and I am headed to campus to go to my next leadership seminar. It's basically our lecture portion for this particular class. And yeah, it should take me that long to get to campus because there's no traffic in the direction that I'm going in around this time. But I'll probably get tons of traffic on the way back. Whatever. Stay in your lane. So I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so it's now 4:35 and I am on my way home, but I'm still stuck in the parking lot of my school because there's all this traffic just to get out of the parking lot. So this will be fun. While I'm here, I'll just talk about like what we did today. So today we just went through leadership, management, like prioritization tips, and we had different groups present on those topics. Honestly, it was kind of boring, and yeah, I mean, I get why they want us to learn these things to reinforce that knowledge, but I don't know. I still feel like the time could have been used more wisely. That was class, and I forgot to tell you yesterday about a medication error that I witnessed while I was on the floor. So there was a patient on the floor who was supposed to be getting an IV medication, and at the hospital that I have my clinicals at, their IV medications come with like you get like the bag, and then there's a container attached to the bag that has a powder in it, and you essentially just pop the container, and then you pop the bag, and then you mix the solution with the powder, and then once it's mixed, then you go ahead and you hang your medication, bada boom bada bing. Well, the patient had been getting this medication, but the powder had never been popped, so it was never mixed, so they were just getting like the sterile fluid that was in the actual bag, and no one noticed because it had been hung by the night nurse, and I guess the day nurse hadn't noticed until later. And this patient wasn't a patient of the nurse that I was assigned with, but you know, that's a big deal. You know, it wasn't direct patient harm, but at the same time, this patient could have a very aggressive disease process going on in their body, and they're not getting any IV meds to help reduce that over a significant period of time. You know, if this happened like within 30 minutes and they notice, oh yeah, the solution has not been prepared correctly, then you can like correct that. But you know, this is hours and hours later. So that was one thing I noticed. So just be very diligent. You know, you can do everything right. Verify the name and the birthday with the wristband, scan the meds, make sure everything's done correctly. But something as simple as not preparing it correctly means you did nothing at all. So be careful, guys. I also made up a study schedule with some of my classmates. We're going to get to campus early on Mondays and review for the exit HESI and work on our presentation. We have to present not next Monday, but the November 21st. So that's when I'll be doing my presentation on change theory for this course. And hello guys, it is Monday. I'm not sure what today's date is, but I'll insert it somewhere in this clip. But it is 1:36 in the afternoon. I'm headed on my way to class for leadership, which starts at 2. I expect today to be a very boring lecture. I expect to sit in class and be bored for the next 2.5 hours. Who knows? Maybe I will learn something, but I guess I'm just going in with low expectations. Nothing has really changed since my last video. Still doing questions, still spending a lot of time at home doing nothing. I've watched both seasons of Jane the Virgin in my time that I've been home. I've also watched a couple of different Netflix series. If you have any Netflix series that you think are really fun to watch, leave them down in the comments below and I might check it out, and if I do, I'll let you know. Hey guys, so now I am back. It is after class. It is 5:19 in the afternoon, and I'm headed home. Class today was, I don't want to use the word boring because I feel like that's a little harsh, but it was blah. 3 different groups presented. One was about delegation, the other was about different torts and how they relate to the field of nursing. So like difference between malpractice and negligence, that, and then we had another presentation on quality assurance. And let me tell you, quality assurance is as interesting as it sounds. It is important, but it's pretty dull. So there's that. We talked more about pinning. Our pinning ceremony will be December 13th. It's a Tuesday, exactly 1 month from yesterday. Talked about what qualifies as a B grade project for leadership. So what project could I do that would allow me to earn a B in leadership? So there was that. And for my B project, I have decided that I will attend a board of nursing hearing in my state, and then I will write a paper about it. That meeting will be after my exit HESI exam, and my exit HESI exam is November the 28th, and that is a Monday. And for my A project, I kind of went over that a little bit with the group that I'll be working with, but I will talk more about my A group project in a separate video because it's still in the early phase and I don't have a whole lot to say about it right now, so there's no point in mentioning it. I have been studying from home a lot, and by studying I mean just doing a lot of questions. But starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start going to the library to really have allotted study time for the exit HESI because I only want to have to take this exam once. So yes. And again, I just want to shout out all my new subscribers for following me along with this journey through nursing school. I really appreciate it as always. And if you have any suggestions on content or any video ideas, please comment and leave them down below and I'll be sure to make a video about it. I know I already have one request on how I have managed to stay healthy while in nursing school, and that video is coming soon. And this person next to me was driving slow. Why? Because he is texting and driving, and I'm watching him text and drive. So it's real out there, people. Do not text and drive. I recently joined the Student Nurses Association, so I paid my subscription online and I registered with my school, and I completely recommend any nursing students who are currently in nursing school to do that while they still can. One, because I know our professors are always telling us that it's really important to be involved, you know, not just go to nursing school and become a nurse. It's really important to be active as a nurse as far as like joining professional organizations, because this is the voice. These are the people that speak for us as professionals when laws are being made and pushed that can affect how we are able to work professionally. So it is very important. And aside from that, there are a lot of wonderful networking opportunities that can come about when joining a professional organization. So I joined the Student Nurses Association, and am I super active within my local chapter? Not as much as I should have been, but I am in an accelerated nursing program, so most of my time this year was spent towards my studies, and at the last leg of my nursing experience is when I really tried to become more active within my chapter. But aside from that, there are really good financial benefits with joining a professional organization at this point, because I paid $35 for a 1-year membership, because I paid for that when I transition into the professional nursing role, when I get my actual license to practice. That will cover my first year of the American Nurses Association. Actually, I correct that. That will cover the first year of joining my local state chapter of the American Nurses Association, and that'll be free. And in the state that I live in, the state chapter's nurse association fees are $200, I believe. So I paid $35 for 1 year of student nurse association fees, plus essentially a year of my state's chapter of the American Nurses Association. So that's a lot of money I just saved, and I still get a ton of resources. So that's something that I don't really hear mentioned on a lot of the nursing videos that I do watch on YouTube. It is really important to join these organizations, so go out there and do it, of course, if you can afford it, because $35 is still a lot of money in my life right now. Okay, because I could do a lot with $35. That's Chipotle, that's gas, that could do a lot. That's a phone bill if you are with one of those other companies. So I don't take that lightly, but it's important, so I did it. I'm mentioning all this because I got a letter in the mail from the Student Nurses Association with my membership card. So I'll probably insert like a little video of that either now or at the end or whenever. I do have my Exit HESI review coming up this weekend. It will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a 3-day review, and the cost of the review is factored into my tuition. So technically I didn't pay for it out of pocket, but I already paid for it when I paid my tuition. That's what I'll be doing this weekend, and then next weekend is Thanksgiving, so I will not have clinicals this weekend or next weekend. And with that, I will end the video because I'm losing sunlight because it's daylight savings, so now it gets a lot darker where I live after 5. And I will see you guys in the next video. Good morning, guys. It is 9:18 in the morning, and I am almost to campus, headed to my Exit HESI review course. I'm late. I was supposed to be there at 9, so yeah. But just checking in with you guys, and I will see you in the afternoon. So it is now 4:22, and I'm headed home. Today was our first Exit HESI live review. It's a 3-day review, so it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. But I think she let us out at maybe 3:45 today, so a little bit early. And basically we're just going over everything that we have learned this year in nursing school, and focusing on key things that the HESI will ask and that the NCLEX will ask for. So I guess an example of that would be NCLEX guidelines on what they determine is the proper range for certain electrolytes. Like maybe my book might say the proper range for potassium is 3.5 to 5.3, but for the NCLEX, a proper range is 3.5 to 5. So 5.3 might be a little high for the NCLEX or the HESI, even though it's still in the normal realm, if that makes sense. So that's basically what we're going over. Are we learning good information? I believe we are, but the review is still pretty boring. And what sucks is that there are multiple campuses for the nursing school that I attend, and all of us have been squeezed together for this 3-day weekend, and it's pretty packed. And I don't know, I just am kind of frustrated with my nursing program because it could have been better executed, but it was not. And it was also my fault because I came late today, but it still makes no sense. I'm pretty much all the way at the back of the classroom, so I'm having trouble hearing, I'm having trouble seeing, and honestly, me being all the way in the back is giving me issues engaging with the content. So there are lots of times where I'm not really paying attention. I'm kind of just doing my own thing in the back, which is a waste of time. You know, if I'm going to be there, I want to learn, but it's just not the best learning environment. So tomorrow I'm going to make sure I get there early and get a better seat where I don't have to struggle. I'm definitely not going to record what we're learning in the live lectures because of legal issues, and honestly, it's pretty boring. I'd literally just be boring you to death with all this information because I know my eyes were watering because I was getting so bored. I also registered for a class next semester, and you're probably wondering, why are you registering for a class if you're graduating in December? I will be graduating from the nursing program in December, but I know for sure that I do not want to wait on starting a BSN program. If I could start a BSN program in January, I would. But the only BSN program that would accept me that early is the BSN program that's currently offered by the school that I attend now. And with all the hiccups and all of the obstacles I've had to face administratively and professionally with the nursing school that I attend, I have no desire to complete my BSN here. So I will not be applying to the current nursing program that I'm in now to receive my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. I'll probably go to a different institution. And for me to do that, I would have to start in either the summer or the fall, but the latest I will start is in the fall. I do not want to wait till next January. So yeah, I've completed all my prerequisites except for nutrition, and I've been avoiding that class like the plague. I don't know, I guess I took it in undergrad and it was just like a really scary hard course. Or maybe, I don't know, it just wasn't the right time for me to take it when I was an undergrad, and I ended up dropping the class. And ever since then, I've literally been avoiding it. But I can no longer avoid it because it is a requirement for every single BSN program that I have looked at. So I need to just go ahead and get it out of the way. So I have registered for an online nutrition class in the current educational institution that I am attending now. It is an online class. There is not a lab. So yes, I will be taking this class simultaneously while studying for the NCLEX. Some people may view that as a mistake. I feel like I can handle it. I actually work really well with online classes, and I haven't had any issues in the past, so I'm not really concerned about it. Just updating you on what is going on with me. So I will start that class in January, and I believe it ends in April. And at that point, hopefully I'll be able to apply for a summer BSN program. I'm not interested in doing any programs where I have to go into a physical class more than just for clinical hours or to sign paperwork or anything like that. I want a fully online program, something where I'm able to work and complete all of my coursework in the comfort of my own home. I know there are some people out there who like a sit-down classroom and like having professors, and that's great. But for my BSN, personally, I feel like I'm better suited for an online program, and that's what I intend to apply for. I've already narrowed it down to about 3 different programs that I more than likely will apply to, but that is way off in the distance at this point. Right now, I really just want to focus on this exit HESI, and once that is over with, we will conquer the NCLEX together. I feel like nursing school has cost me. This year has been wonderful, but it's also been very difficult. I've had to remove myself a lot from friends and family. Like, I've missed 2 weddings because of nursing school. One of them I was supposed to be a bridesmaid in, and now I can't even attend or be a bridesmaid, which she was really understanding, but to me it still sucked that it had to happen like that. And I missed another wedding that I was supposed to attend. I've missed various trips, family events, you know, like, it has not been an easy road, and I don't really talk about this so much on my channel, but I've had to make a ton of sacrifices for this program, and it's all worth it because I do want to become a nurse. But you know, it really does suck, you know, it really does suck, and I'm ready for this to be over so that I can start being more active in the lives of the people that I care about, you know. Just saying. But anyways, I'm gonna be hanging out with some of my friends from nursing school later on today. If they're watching, hey boo. We're gonna hang out later, and yeah, these are the same people that I went on my 2 trips earlier this year with. We went to LA and we went to Vegas together. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out tonight and enjoy our Friday night before we have to get up again and be back at school. Anyways, no more boring car vlogs. I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Hey guys, So today is now Sunday and it's 2:30 in the afternoon and I'm driving home. Today was our last day of the exit HESI review. I forgot to film yesterday, so I don't have any footage. But yesterday was equally as boring and pointless. And today was no different. Just checking in. I've actually been really busy outside of the exit HESI. I have a presentation tomorrow in class, a group presentation for leadership. I'm going to be presenting about change theory and how that relates to nursing, and basically to give you a spiel of what change theory is. It's a theory that was developed by a German-American psychologist, and it basically kind of helps guide individuals as to how to bring change in their life, and specifically as it relates to nursing, is more so with like nurse burnout. Nurses can get fatigued if they feel overstressed or overworked, and it can affect them personally and especially their job performance, which is not a good thing. So burnout can help you create change in the current environment that you're in to make it a better work environment, or it can help you change your circumstances. It can help you change your environment completely. So let's say I'm an ICU nurse and I feel like I'm getting overworked or it's just too much for me. Change theory could help me move to a different specialty. Like maybe now I want to be a psych nurse, and I could use change theory to help get there. Or maybe I'm overworked because the equipment on my unit doesn't work properly. Change theory could help me fix that. But that's just it in a nutshell. That's what I'll be presenting on with two of my other classmates. Okay, great. So I had to make the presentation for that. I had to write a speech. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but my windshield is so dirty. Oh my god, there's literally rain dirt marks. Oh my god, I need to wash my car like yesterday. Crazy. So the nursing program that I attend has different tracks that you can do. Like, you know, you could be full-time, you could be part-time, you could be this, you could be that. And as I'm sure you already know, I'm in the one-year accelerated track. So at our pinning ceremony, each track has to select a representative to give a speech representing that particular track's experience at the nursing school while they attended there. And for this pinning ceremony, my classmates selected myself to give the speech. So it's really funny because I really did avoid the opportunity for a while, but eventually I just decided to take the opportunity and be grateful for it and be happy that my classmates think I am a great representation of their experience at this particular nursing program. So I have to write a speech for that, and I have to give it to the faculty members that are helping with the pinning committee. They have to read my speech so that it can be approved, basically so that I don't say anything crazy or offend people, things like that, which I'm not going to do, but whatever. So I have to write that speech. Oh no, it's shaking. Stop shaking. So I had to make my group presentation, write a speech. I have another group project that's due later on in December, and that one I have to start delegating tasks so that it can get done in a timely fashion. And there was something else I had to do. Oh, I'm also making the slideshow for our pinning ceremony, so I needed to start that because there are a lot of students graduating, or there are a lot of students that will be attending pinning ceremonies, so there are a lot of photos, like a lot of photos, which is fun though because I get to use some of the editing skills that I incorporate into my YouTube videos into the pinning slideshow. But I probably won't post the pinning slideshow on this channel because there are, you know, I want to respect everyone's privacy. You know, I'm sure everyone who's in the slideshow doesn't know about my YouTube channel and wouldn't appreciate me slapping their face all over the internet. So I'm not gonna do that because I wouldn't want someone to do that to me if I didn't want that on the internet. So those are the 4 things that I've been working on so far. I've completed a good chunk of the slideshow, but pictures still come in every day, so I have to update it pretty often. The presentation that I'm morning, it is 11 o'clock on the dot, and I am currently headed to campus early. I have class at 2, but I need to work on my project. Well, not work on it, but just practice it with the rest of my group mates. But yeah, so I'm on my way to campus for my group project. Yesterday I was able to finish my speech. I worked a little on the slideshow presentation, did some questions. That was pretty much it. So headed to campus. I will let you know how my I will let you know how my group presentation went. And okay, bye. Hello, welcome back. It is now 4:14 in the afternoon. Been on campus all day. My presentation went well. I attended a meeting for pinning ceremony. I read my speech that I have to give. Did some review questions with my study group for the exit HESI. I'm just ready for this to be over. I'm ready to finish the exit HESI and move forward with my life and finish nursing school, and that's pretty much it. I'm also quite literally starving right now. All I ate today was iced coffee, and it is 4 o'clock, and that was pretty much it. I had 2 cups of coffee. Maybe that's why I'm so jittery right now, because I have all this caffeine in me and no food. So I'm probably gonna go home and get something to eat because I'm not gonna make it. I also need to take the hair out. Oh my gosh, I'm taking this hair out. Today it's been too long. Yeah, I'm definitely suffering from senioritis at this point. I just want it to be over. I want to be finished with school. I do not want to have to make this commute anymore, and yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with boring banter. So I am going to end the vlog here because I probably won't vlog again until the day of my exit HESI. So I will see you in a week.